Why walking isn't enough anymore. If you're over 60, you may already be doing what everyone told you to do. You walk most days. You try to stay active. And yet, your body still feels stiff when you get out of bed. Your legs feel heavy on stairs. Your balance feels just a little less reliable than it used to. That quiet frustration can be confusing because you're trying. Here's the surprising truth. This isn't your fault, and it isn't your age. Science now shows that while walking is beneficial for the heart, it doesn't fully activate the deep muscle systems responsible for balance, joint stability, and long-term independence. According to research referenced by the National Institute on Aging, many adults over 60 lose strength not from inactivity, but from underactivating specific muscles that go offline with time. There's a hidden cause most people never hear about. As we age, the muscles closest to the floor, those that help you get down safely and, more importantly, get back up, stop receiving clear signals from the brain. These include deep hip stabilizers, core support muscles, and joint sensors that protect you from falls. Walking doesn't challenge these systems, so they quietly weaken. Even in active people, this is why you can walk every day and still feel unsteady. It's not decline, it's a wake-up call. The good news is this: when these systems are gently reawakened, the body responds quickly. Doctors and physical therapists now recommend simple floor-based movements because they engage more muscles, improve coordination, and stimulate longevity pathways that walking alone cannot reach. Mayo Clinic research highlights that exercises involving getting down and up from the floor are closely linked to longer life, better balance, and maintained independence. In this video, I'm going to guide you through one simple doctor-approved floor exercise. It takes just a few minutes, no strain, no equipment, and it activates strength, balance, and confidence from the inside out. You are not fragile. You are not behind. You are reclaiming strength your body never forgot, only paused. Before we begin, take a moment to connect. Drop your name and where you're watching from in the comments. This is a community of people choosing strength, balance, and independence together. And when you're ready, let's go to the floor and rise stronger than you expect. The floor movement that reawakens longevity systems. Before we talk about the movement itself, let's start with a moment you may recognize. You drop something on the floor. You pause and think about how you'll get down, not because it hurts, but because it feels uncertain. And somewhere in that pause is a quiet question. Will I be able to get back up easily? That hesitation is not weakness. It's your nervous system being cautious because it hasn't practiced this pattern recently. Here's the hidden truth. The ability to safely get down to the floor and rise again is one of the strongest predictors of long-term independence. In fact, a well-known study published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology found that adults who could rise from the floor with minimal support lived significantly longer than those who struggled. Doctors now use this simple ability as a window into strength, balance, coordination, and longevity. This is why this movement matters. Stand near a stable chair, couch, or wall for support. This is not about pushing limits. It's about restoring confidence. Begin by lowering yourself toward the floor slowly. If needed, use the chair or wall for balance. Let one knee come down first, then the other. Keep your chest tall and your breathing steady. Pause here. Notice what's working. Your hips are engaging. Your thighs are supporting you. Your core is stabilizing your spine. Now place one foot forward so you're in a gentle half-kneeling position. Press through that front foot, engage your glutes, and slowly rise back up to standing, using support as needed. That's one repetition. Move slowly. Quality matters more than speed. This movement activates muscles walking barely touches. The glutes that protect your hips, the quadriceps that help you rise from chairs, the deep core muscles that stabilize your spine, and the balance sensors in your feet, knees, and hips that prevent falls. According to Cleveland Clinic experts, Floor-based movements improve neuromuscular coordination, meaning your brain and body communicate more clearly. This connection weakens with age if not used, but it also restores faster than most people expect when gently trained. Walking is repetitive and linear. It doesn't challenge your body to change levels, stabilize through different angles, or coordinate multiple joints at once. This floor exercise does all of that in one simple pattern. If you have knee discomfort, place a folded towel under the knee or limit the depth. If balance feels uncertain, keep one hand on a chair. This is about safety, not struggle. After just a few repetitions, many people notice something subtle but powerful. Standing feels easier. The legs feel more awake. Confidence quietly returns. This is more than exercise, it's practice for life. You are not training to work out, you are training to live well. Now that we've awakened these deep systems, we'll move into why this simple movement can outperform walking when it comes to longevity, and how often you truly need to do it. Why this floor exercise beats walking for longevity. Now that you've felt the movement, let's talk about why it works so deeply and why doctors increasingly recommend exercises like this over walking alone when the goal is longevity. Walking is valuable. It supports heart health, it improves circulation, and it keeps you active. But longevity isn't just about moving forward. It's about staying upright, stable, and confident through every position life asks of you. Here's the science most people never hear. As we age, the body doesn't lose strength evenly. The fastest decline happens in the muscles that stabilize joints and control transitions, standing up, lowering down, and regaining balance after a shift. Harvard Medical School notes that these stabilizing muscles can weaken by up to 15% per decade after age 50 if they aren't specifically challenged. Walking doesn't challenge them. When you walk, your body stays at one height. Your joints move in predictable patterns. Your core remains relatively passive. Your balance system is barely tested. The floor exercise you just practiced does the opposite. Each time you lower down and rise, your body coordinates multiple systems at once. Your brain maps the movement. Your core stabilizes the spine. Your hips and knees generate force. Your feet and ankles send balance signals back to the brain. This is called neuromuscular integration, and it's a cornerstone of healthy aging. According to the Mayo Clinic, exercises that combine strength, balance, and coordination reduce fall risk more effectively than walking alone. Falls aren't just accidents. They're often the result of weakened communication between muscles and nerves. There's also a circulatory benefit. Changing levels improves blood flow back to the heart, helping joints receive nutrients and maintain cartilage health. Stanford researchers have shown that varied movement patterns improve joint lubrication better than repetitive motion. This is why walking can feel good, but still leave joints stiff. Another overlooked factor is confidence. When the body avoids certain movements, the brain begins to label them as unsafe. Over time, this creates hesitation, even if the muscles are capable. By gently practicing floor transitions, you retrain the brain to trust the body again. This isn't about pushing limits. It's about restoring communication. You may notice that after just a few days of this movement, standing from chairs feels easier, stairs feel less demanding, your posture feels taller. That's not coincidence. That's your nervous system re-engaging. Doctors often say, the goal isn't to live longer, it's to live stronger for longer. This floor exercise supports that goal because it trains the body for real life, not just exercise. If you have joint replacements, arthritis flare-ups, or medical concerns, keep the range small and use support. You're still activating the system without strain. You are not fragile. You are adaptable. Now that you understand why this movement is so powerful, let's talk about how little you actually need to do and how consistency, not intensity, unlocks the greatest benefits. How often to do it and making it a daily ritual. Now that you understand why this simple floor exercise works so powerfully, let's talk about the most important question of all. How much do you actually need to do? Here's the answer that often surprises people. Not long, not hard, and not perfectly. According to guidance from the National Institute on Aging, The body responds best to frequent, low-stress movement, especially movements that challenge balance and strength together. This floor exercise does exactly that. For most adults over 60, just 2 to 5 slow repetitions, once a day, is enough to maintain and even improve functional strength and stability. That's minutes, not hours. Think of this less as exercise and more as a daily ritual. Choose a calm moment in your day. Morning, when your joints feel stiff. Or midday, when your body needs resetting. Or evening, when you want to unwind with purpose. Stand near a chair or couch. Lower to the floor with control. Rise with intention. Then stop. That's it. This gentle exposure keeps the nervous system confident. It reminds your joints that they're capable, and it prevents the fear avoidance cycle that leads to stiffness and decline. Here's something important many people don't realize. The body adapts faster to consistency than intensity. Harvard research shows that small daily movements lead to better long-term adherence and fewer injuries than longer, infrequent workouts. That means this routine doesn't compete with walking, it complements it. Walk for your heart. Do this for your independence. If you skip a day, nothing is lost. If you do it imperfectly, nothing is harmed. Your body is listening to effort, not execution. Some days you may use more support. Other days you may feel stronger. Both are progress. If you're dealing with knee sensitivity, use cushions. If balance is a concern, stay close to furniture. If getting to the floor isn't possible yet, even practicing partial descents counts. What matters is intention. Each repetition sends a message. I trust my body. I am capable. I am training for life. This is where strength meets control. This is where fear gives way to confidence. Over time, something subtle happens. You stop avoiding the floor. You move more freely. You stand taller without thinking about it. That's not aging backward. That's aging intelligently. You are not behind. This isn't decline. This is reactivation. In the final part, we'll bring everything together. Why this one simple habit can protect your independence for years to come, and how to carry this mindset into every movement of your day. Let's finish strong. Conclusion. This isn't exercise. This is independence. Take a quiet moment right now and reflect on what this truly means. This simple floor exercise isn't about fitness trends. It isn't about pushing your body harder. And it certainly isn't about proving anything to anyone else. This is about protecting your independence. The ability to lower yourself to the floor and rise back up with confidence is one of the clearest signals of healthy aging. It represents strength, balance, coordination, and trust in your own body. And those qualities don't disappear because of age. They fade only when they aren't gently practiced. You are not behind. You are not fragile. And nothing about your body is too late to respond. What you're doing with this movement is reminding your nervous system, your muscles, and your joints that they still belong to you, that they still work together, that they still know how to adapt. This is why doctors approve movements like this, not because they look impressive, but because they translate directly into daily life. Getting up from a chair, stepping out of a car, recovering your balance if you trip, playing on the floor with grandchildren. These are the moments that define quality of life. And here's the most important truth of all. You don't need to do this perfectly. You don't need to do it fast. You don't even need to do it every single day. You only need to do it consistently enough to keep the conversation open between your brain and your body. Walking keeps you moving forward. This keeps you capable. When you combine both, you're not just exercising, you're building resilience. So let this become part of your routine, a small ritual that quietly protects your future, a reminder that strength doesn't have to be loud to be powerful. This isn't about reversing time. It's about using it wisely. If you felt even a small shift today, physically or mentally, take a moment to acknowledge it. That awareness is the beginning of confidence. And if you're willing, share it with this community. Comment below, I'm reclaiming my strength. Your words matter. They reinforce the choice you're making. Not to fade quietly, but to stay engaged, capable, and present in your life. Remember this, you are not too old. You are simply undertrained in the movements that matter most. This isn't fitness. This is freedom. You're not here to shrink your world. You're here to rise within it, strong, steady, and sure of every step.